A new horror movie just came out in theaters. It's called Imaginary, and the movie's supposed to be a horror movie, but it's also PG-13. It's not that frightening at all, guys. In fact, it's a bit weird. I'll explain. The movie is about a family of 4 members moving into a new house. The main character is a little girl who has a 15-year-old teenage sister. Their father is going through a divorce with their mom, but he brings that new, caring, child book author mommy. We figure that this stepmom used to live in that new house as a little child. And to be honest, if you ever saw any horror movie before then, you would know what I'm talking about. It has that cliche that every horror movie has had for the past 2 decades. The uncaring, trash, teenage girl, haunted house, and stupid parents. The film was directed by writer, producer, and director Jeff Wadlow. Jeff also joined Greg and Jason Oremland in writing this film. The film stars the American actress DeWanda, who played Jessica. We've also seen her in many other movies, like The Harder They Fall and Fatherhood. She stars alongside the fantastic British actor Tom Paine, who played the character Max. We've seen him in The Walking Dead and The Physician. We also had the great actress Betty Buckley, who played the role of the old neighbor Gloria in Imaginary. We also have the talented child actress Pyper Braun, who played Alice, the young star Taegen, who portrayed the rebellious teenage girl, Taylor. For me, I didn't like the movie, at least in the first 2/3. It was very boring, lacking coherent sequencing. Also, the acting. I know that every horror movie gets a pass on the acting part, but not like that. The performance of the father, for instance, was pretty dull and cold with no emotions, no performance, nothing. Just a set of words being spelled like a robot. The movie also lacks common sense when a character sees something bad happening in a room that is supposed to risk their safety and is not screaming and asking for help. The sound effects were excessive and annoying. It's like they were compensating for not making a terrifying movie by forcing very loud, unpleasant sound effects. The movie was not scary at all. It was supposed to have the horror movie package, the blood, the killing, and so on. But as I said, the movie is rated PG-13, so don't expect much from it if you're looking for some rush. It's boring and very predictable. Not the stupid scenes. Those were epic. I'm saying stupid because the script wasn't strong or the events were connected. Someone says that they saw something in a minute, and in the other minute, they say another story, like they were filming a different script and events every time. The movie was 90 minutes of pure cliche and boring. If it were not for the last part, I would have killed myself watching that. And that's the thing. I can't split the review into 2 parts just because the last part was better than the rest of the film, but here we are. For me, the last part of the movie, specifically the 3rd act, was the most noticeable part of the film. It progressed in an enjoyable and different way. Indeed, the last half hour made up for the nonsense that occurred throughout the film. I mean, the film's duration is 2 hours and 15 minutes. With an hour and 15 minutes of boredom and dragging events, it's terrible. Everything seemed unnecessarily prolonged. Why? I could have just watched the last half hour and been satisfied. From the beginning of the film, I felt chaos and a very superficial and trivial level in the dialogue and events. I felt like the scenes where the teddy bear transformed into a monster needed to be more frequent. It only happened once or twice in the whole film. which is basically what the entire story revolves around. Throughout the film, I felt the teddy bear was too nice and cute. Where's the dark goodness and revenge the film talks about? All the excitement was in the last half hour too, and there was only one scene in the middle when the teddy bear attacked their neighbor for a second or two at most. In my opinion, the film needed a lot of things to make it good. For example, a film like this needs good and powerful visual effects, which did not appear here. The dialogue in the film was extremely weak and disengaging for everyone. Seriously, weak and boring dialogue made me struggle through the movie. The pacing of events was exactly as I told you, a slow pace. It was so boring, I couldn't bear the time and was waiting for the movie to end. For me, the film is not horror at all. It's classified as a thriller, for example, but horror is far from what I saw. The film is rated PG-13, so you can let your kids watch it under your supervision. In my opinion, the film is not worth watching and doesn't deserve to waste 2 hours and 15 minutes of your time watching it. That's it. Tell me what you think of the movie. If you've seen it, and if not, would you see it? Tell me what you think in the comments section below, and don't hesitate to drop any recommendations to watch. Tell me what you're hyped for in the next video, and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.